Sing, goddess, sing the wrath of Dunsun, lord of the cosmos, fierce and fervent, wrought upon Thilkinsunos the Fire Stealer, and his twin, Kolossonao the Herald of Craft. Thieves of the fruits of the sacred trees, bestowers of the knowledge of the divinities upon mankind. Sing of his wrath and his worry, for what mischief and mayhem would be unleashed as man grappled with the burden that the gods held. A groan echoed across the world, a groan that Thilkinsunos recognised as his own. His arms strained, the bonds, fashioned from bone-pale roots of a hulthul tree, held him against the slender trunk of a dolphil tree, and chafed against his wrists. The lemon-coloured leaves of the tree rustled in a gentle wind, and its blood-red branches swayed. Each movement sent a shot of agony coursing through him, and the perfumed scent of the foliage made him nauseous. He could feel his once crimson hue, that which shone from all the immortals of the heavenly realm, had faded to a dull maroon. It is such a disappointment, the voice boomed from the mountain's edge. As we battled with the chaos of the first generation, fought for our very survival, you sought to sneak and to steal, and all for these mortal creatures. Dunsun, Lord of the Cosmos' voice had a strange mix of incredulity and disgust. Mortals they may be, but they learn, and they grow, Thilkinsunos croaked in reply. Yes, it is quite the trick you have taught them. But do you know what you have unleashed? Even now I see their kingdoms rising, with pretensions to divinity. God kings they call themselves. But how little they understand. The fruit of the dolphil tree, which you stole for them, may imbue them with knowledge. The fruits of the hulthul tree, which your twin took, may give them the skill to create. But neither gives them wisdom. They can learn that too, he replied more forcefully. Learn it? Learn what? We immortals have not learned that lesson, and we have eons in which to do so. What are the lives of these men, if not mere leaves scattered by the wind? No, what they will learn is desire. The desire for ever more power, ever more prestige, ever more. All in the knowledge that they can be no more than what they are now, the chaff being separated from the wheat. It will make them cruel and bitter and power-hungry. I may have succeeded to the rule of the cosmos, but it is a more complicated task you and your twin have now presented me with. The red-faced Lord of All paused as if in contemplation, as if considering some act to rid him of this new challenge he found so irksome. Give them a chance. As you say, what are their fleeting spans to your eternal rule? If they fail, then it will be over in an instant. Dunsun smiled, a curl of the lips that seemed both friendly and menacing somehow. Very well. I was pondering a flood, but the Lord Sem would take too much joy in such an action. The red-faced Lord of the Heavens let out a sigh, and his gaze fell upon Thilkinsunos. But no, I will rule as their Lord too. We shall see what your children can produce, and if they can comprehend and placate the immortals. But you and your twin must be punished for what you did, an act that was forbidden and unwise. So here you shall remain, bound to the dolphil tree whose fruit you stole to give to these creatures, atop Mount Kolgennon, but bound by the roots of a hulthul tree. I am sure you have noted. At the base of this mountain, your twin is bound, crushed against the same hulthul tree. He is held in place with the roots of this very dolphil tree, but there is a way to escape. Dunsun produced a blade, a sword of white gold, glinting in the dawn sun. A Zilthum blade that was created with the first fruits of your efforts, the lesson you and your twin taught mankind. It will sit halfway down this mountain. If you can stretch to reach it, you can cut yourself free. I shall let your twin know too. Perhaps one of you can reach it before the efforts of the other pulls you apart. With that, the Lord of the Cosmos turned his back and descended the mountainside. Thilkinsunos was left with a view out over the sweeping plains of Kolgennon. The glint of the blade shone in the distance as Dunsun placed it out of reach. Night fell. He could see fires beginning to be kindled in the plains below. The first night he had hung there were but a dozen or so flames, then tens, then hundreds. Now his divine eyes could pick out thousands upon thousands. A tear rolled down his cheek as a smile graced his lips.